viewers, and welcome to day one of Factorio. We have an objective. I'm always worried about sandboxy style games that don't really have an objective, or the objective is like spurious. You know, it's like, yeah, there is an objective, but it's not really the point of the game, which I do suspect is a big element of Factorio. But we have to build a rocket ship and fly away. We're not going to be including Space Age right now, because I honestly don't know if I like the game, so it would be a case of like, do we spend 60 quid and go into a DLC and all sorts of things? It was similar with Monster Hunter, right? We'll add on the other DLC later. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with good old Factorio. And oh boy, I'm sorry. I've never played it, alright? So we had a lot of viewers who have like thousands of hours in this game and they were like, this is killing me, please, please. But also, that is how we started. It was nice to see actually a more balanced approach of like, you guys forget how you started here. What do we think? What did we do day one? Day one was tutorial. I almost skipped the tutorial because I was like, it'll be all right. And people were like, no, for the love of God, please do the tutorial. We beg of you, please do it. So I was like, okay, we'll do the tutorial. Didn't do it all, though. Interestingly enough, I think it was like tutorial number 4, which I believe was supposed to be about trains, was very, for my old heads out there, was very Command and Conquer style. And if you've played Command and Conquer all the way through, like, Red Alerts, I don't think Generals did this. I think Generals, like, skipped over this kind of mission. But it's a mission where you get a pre-made base that's been, like, destroyed and damaged and things. And a big part of the mission is getting that base up and running. And for whatever reason, that base is absolutely bizarrely designed. Like, you would never design a base this way. They've done it for sort of like aesthetic purposes, but practicality wise it's like, this is just really weird. I also don't know really what these guys were doing originally. I will say as well, because it was early days for me, spotting where some things were broken and why they were broken was actually really hard. I was like staring at some things. I'm like, I don't know why this machine doesn't work. And it's like, oh, there's an underground pipe somewhere else that's not working. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's over there. But so that's where we stopped, because I got a lot of feedback from people. We're not doing this full blind, by the way, because we've had enough of that for the last month. How to say it? They were like, you can skip this. You've got enough now to get going. I was like, I kind of want to know how trains work, though. They're like, we'll figure it out later. It'll be fine. So now it was after like, that took like 5 hours. It was not quick to do those tutorials. Mainly because I use these opportunities for science. Like, I get it. If you've played this game a lot, you're like, just complete the objective. I was like, I don't really just want to do that. I want to figure things out. I want to, like, mess around before we start building, like, our main base. Is like, how does this actually work? How does it get it going? Why in the hell do coal mining machines need to have coal put back into them? Honestly, most annoying thing in the game, by miles, that I've found so far anyway, most annoying thing is that you can get coal drills that drill and produce coal, but you have to set up a device to put coal back in. Just keep some of the coal. You idiots. What are you doing? What are you doing? It was so infuriating. I was like, because then people were like, well, what you can do is you can build a coal machine behind it, which feeds coal into the other coal machine. I was like, right, but then that one needs coal. It's like, so you could end up with like 9 coal machines that are just feeding each other, and still you need to feed. It was so infuriating. I was like, we need to get to electricity as quickly as possible, because this is awful. But very weird. But either way, I had some big things to learn here. So I started my world. The recommendation was just go default and get started. And we started in the desert, which is apparently bad. I don't know why. I love this. I don't know why, but people are like, oh, Jesus Christ, he's in the desert. And people were even suggesting, like, re-roll the map, because this is going to be bad. And I'm like, I don't know why, but here we are. This is the dice we've been rolled with. This would be the experience we would have if we'd played the game the first time, which we are. Like, we're going to roll deep on this and see how it goes. My start was a little slow. I spread everything out really far because I desperately wanted to get electricity as quickly as possible. So I was running around, like, digging some stone to make some furnaces, and then digging around to get some coal and get some iron going. Iron, I think, is, like, one of the top tier items we need in the world. So I was like, I want to get my iron sorted, and running around and trying to get burners built, and then trying to tech to electricity, which then involved like doing a certain amount of research. So I was manually making that, and I know it's probably cringe, but I was like, I don't want I want to just get to electricity so I can start positioning things properly. And then we can reorganize this base later on, right? That was my idea. It's like, let's just get it set up and get things making so that I can start working on other things. I don't care where it is right now, but it was a lot of running around to get everything sorted. I did find I could dismantle the ship, although it didn't really... It gave me like 3 iron plates or something. It was trash, which is weird from a giant crashed spaceship, but whatever. So we got underway, and I got building stuff. This was so fun. It's so fun because it's just a never-ending series of problem solving, and the solutions are always not ideal. In fact, one of the great things I saw is when I got really stuck on something, because I like enclosed things too much, is the chat was full of like, there's 19 different solutions, and everyone was proposing what that solution might be. And they're like, we could do this, we could do that. Well, you could do this, you could do that. And it's nice to see you create a problem through poor planning, obviously, and then you have to try and fix it without rebuilding and knocking everything down. And that makes it infinitely harder because now it's all like cramped together and it's all going all over. And then big words that are being used: spaghetti and sushi. Spaghetti, I fully understand. It's belts just going all over the place, upside down, inside out, round corners, and all this kind of stuff where they're overlapping and blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure what sushi is yet. I'm going to find out today. I'm not, because people are like, oh my god, sushi's happening. I'm like, what is sushi? I don't know what that is. But super fun. I wasn't getting attacked. I got attacked a lot in the tutorial, but I wasn't getting attacked in my base. I actually had free reign to set up my research labs. There's a point with Factorio. If you've never played this game, like, you might be like, well, what is the appeal? Are you just building a base and get a factory? Guys, I have to tell you, when something works and it's actually full working, it's just such a good feeling. You're like, I was like baby clapping. I was like, ooh, it worked, because it was so good. It was like, it works. I can't believe this works. It's totally working. This is fantastic. I love it so much. It actually, my idea that I had in my head worked, and now it looks really cool, especially when you get the labs all set up and they're all passing research packs around to get their research done, and they're all firing up. You're like, way, oh, we did it. That's so cool. So I worked through the day. I set up a lot more facilities. I did like 2 separate, apparently this is a bad idea, but I did like 2 separate iron mines, because I wanted one that was for this and one for that, and people were like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But I had all them set up to get things working. I got my copper going, I got my stone working, and then it was time for defense. And I was like, we've been going a long time without being attacked, and I could see the enemy on the base. Camp Turtlefish is to my northeast. I don't know where the rest of the enemies are, but I could see Camp Turtlefish with its moist, pulsating globule lurking in the top right. So I'm like, right, I need to get some stuff set up, because I've been going a long time, like a good couple of hours without being attacked, so I'm a little wary of that. So I started producing ammunition, and then it dawned on me, I don't think this is a bad idea. Apparently it is, but I don't think it's a bad idea. Is that I have these factories, right, producing ammunition, and I produced a bunch of gun turrets. So it made sense to me that we make a belt that laps our base with ammunition on it. Because when the turrets fire, and we figure this out in the tutorial, you need to rearm them with ammunition. So it made sense to me to have one giant belt that lapped the whole base. It's a big circle. Well, it's a square, but it goes all the way around the base that just feeds ammunition on a conveyor belt. And then I just plop turrets around the base. And if they get set off, they're all immediately rearmed, and I never have to worry about it. I don't see what the problem is with that, but it was killing people's soul to see it. I don't know if there's a better way of doing it. I don't have like a little truck system that could drive ammo out there. Like, I would obviously like a box of ammo out there and they can just grab from that. But I then need to refill the box. I don't want to do that. It's a factory game. This is all automated now. Like, it's all automatic. It's just all doing its thing. Or a little truck driver, like Jim Bob, the truck driver, who's going to go drop ammo off at certain places and just go and pick it up and move it around. I don't know if we get that later. I have built a car in the tutorial, and I think that's what our next objective is to build a car. But I like this. I feel safe. That's what I'm going to say. I feel safe right now that our interests are taken care of. and that I am, at the moment, safe from any oncoming storm of insectoid life. I don't know if there's any other creatures that are lurking on the map somewhere. There were some very, very scary cutscenes that play on the loading screen that show you being overwhelmed by massive amounts of bugs. So I don't know if that's going to happen. Early days, right? Early days. But I've got objectives now, and this is what plagued my mind overnight, is like, what is next? And my next objective is to go out and find other resources, because I do know resources are not infinite. They will run out. And so I need to probably expand and do things, which is why trains are probably in the game, and spread out and get things going. But right now, I'm working up to like research level 3, which I think are called military packs. I've got a little... This is the thing, and I was dwelling on it last night, is like I've got these little... I'm not making enough green science packs, which are just one of the ingredients to research. But I think I could loop something around and make that work. So I'm going to try that in the morning. And then I'm going to gear my character up and get a car. And I'm going to roll deep and see if I can... find out what's out there, right? And maybe destroy Camp Turtlefish and see if that's going on. But we'll see. But so far, so good on the mission to get the rocket. Our goal is to do this before Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. I think it's doable. Some people are like, So we'll see. All right, so check it tomorrow. Bye, guys.